This is Galeon's new 480, so new in fact that this is the very first one. And as ever with Galeon, it is a feast of innovation and moving parts and clever features. Now, the new news with this is this window line, so it's matching up with the 560 they brought out recently and all the rest of the new models from Galeon. It's throwing a ton of light into the interior. It's quite remarkable. And as we come on back, then we've got features like the drop balconies and the sliding side windows and so on. So these normally are against the side of the boat when you're out running. When you stop, these are powered. They will drop down using these rams here, and that gives you these extension areas. But what they've done, which is clever, is not just put the drop balconies in, but combine them with sliding windows here and a bar that pops out. And so you've got an actual use for the space rather than just simply having the extra area. Now, another really neat feature with this, well, this one's got the fixed platform. You can have a high-low platform if you want, but this one's got the carousel seating. And what that means is that this whole back section here rotates. So if we release this little chap here, that will spin. Look at that. And you can actually drop this into different places. So if you want it like that, for example, or you want it like that, you can do, but you can bring it all the way around and give you aft facing seating, and then that obviously just drops back down again to secure it in position. That cushion there is because there's a table there, but you can drop the table down, you see it's on a telescopic leg, that infills, that makes it into a sunbathing area. But how nice would that be to sit there with a drink of an evening, looking out across the water instead of into the boat? Let's spin that back the way it was. There we go. You've got a little barbecue in the back here as well, like so. The alternative to this is just a straight transom that comes across with inward facing seating, a little bit like the boat next door. In fact, we'll see that a bit better from the Flybridge and I'll show you. Let's just secure that again with that catch there. There we go, and we will head inside. So we've got the bifolding doors. This one opens like a conventional door, and then this one folds into the center and comes across and stacks against it, and that completely opens this all the way through. Again, we've got the sliding side section here. This whole thing slides. You can then, if I come around this side, I'll show you a bit better. This is a hinge section here that drops down. You can see it there. And that means that you can, if Maggie doesn't want to face into the cabin, she wants to face out, well, then you can do that and you've got it. Just makes for another nice zone on the boat. Considering this is a sub 50-foot boat, space on here is brilliant. Galeon layout, this has got the eucalyptus wood, but there are a ton of different options to this, as I think you may have seen before if you've watched my previous Galeon videos. That one there is a bit of storage. You've got the fridge, of course, and then electric cooking on this one, as you can see, in the sink over here. A bit more storage up around the top, and you've got the lighting underneath and the extractor fan. But yeah, this is this bar area. So again, this will hinge down flat. You can take those bar stools off. That slides across. That bulwark comes up flat against the side of the boat, and that's how you close that up if you want to. But it does give you some really brilliant zones on the boat. If we head forward a bit further, again, you've got the height adjustable table, so you can drop that down and infill that, make that into a day bed if you want to. You can lie there and watch a bit of TV that rises out of this unit here. And of course, that's also your dining area as well. If we come on forward again, helm position is here. Big drop window on the side. Bow and stern thrusters. This one's on shaft drive, not IPS. This is just a shaft drive option. We'll go and have a look at those shortly. Throttle controls are here, zip weight controller there as well for the trim tabs. And then we've got the Raymarine screen here, and indeed here, but this one's showing us the operating system for the boat. So you can go into wipers and lights and pumps and all that kind of stuff, all from here. There we go. Fantastic. What was the quick one do? Okay, that brings us back to there. Let's head on downstairs. Now this is a 3-cabin layout. So if we get down here, what we will find is a VIP cabin up in the bow, like that. This is again very Galeon. Look at the glass they've put in the ceiling here. Deck head, I should say, to use the correct terminology. Now that normally would have blinds coming across it. This one hasn't, and I suspect it's because it's the first one. But I'm going to guess you'd normally have blinds there. That would make sense, wouldn't it? And you've got blinds with these huge, huge hull windows as well, of course. Get a view out of there. Little dressing area here. A very soft close on that. And then we've got illuminated wardrobe. Storage along the top here. Along the top here. And then there's another hanging locker there. Very good. Okay, let's head on back a bit further. We're at a bit of a busy show. There's a few people around, so we'll keep on moving. This then is cabin 3. Bunk beds in here. Again, of course, big hanging locker. That one there, I think I'm right in saying, is the infill for that table in the saloon to make that into that day bed. And then behind me is the day heads. And this one is shared by that forward cabin and the one that I've just showed you. There we go. And then there's a shower and loo combined in there. And in fact, there's a door there, so you've got access en suite into that forward cabin. There we go. Let's back up a little bit and head down this way. This is the owner's cabin. This, of course, has its own en suite. That's tucked away in here. Big separate shower. And those huge, huge hull windows. There are blinds, of course, for those. You can see them up there, but it does make that really open. Because that's tinted glass, so during the day, you can see out, but people can't see in. At night, we've got the lights on. You want to drop them blinds, definitely. In here, then, we have got, well, just a really nice, generously sized owner's cabin. Load more storage in here. This is designed to take a television, so if you want TV in here, you can have it. And then we've got big wardrobe here. That's all the instruction books in there. That's what that is. And this is just a load more storage along here. There we go. Somewhere to tuck yourself away with a good book. Excellent. There we go. That's the lower deck covered. These traps on the floor are access to engineering areas, so this kind of thing, pumps and sumps and so forth. Brilliant. Let's move on a bit further. So we can come back up here. We'll head back. There's Mark, the kind gentleman who organised this tour from Argo Yachting.
Hi there.
And we'll head on around and show you up onto the foredeck. So again, drop balcony. You can see how the rails go in here as well. Obviously you take those out, and these are the activation buttons. So you push the activation and then either the up or the down. But once it's all the way up, there's solid sections here that slide in to secure it. So it's not just held up on like the hydraulics. It is actually pinned, quite literally pinned in place. Diesel and waste fillers are there as well. And then we can come right on forward. There's that window next to the helm. And another lounge area up here on the bow. This is quite clever because these backrests, you can open these lockers here. I wonder if I can do it. It's always a bit tricky when you've only got one hand. Yeah, there we go. So there's that one there, and that one there. And they open like that, and that drops in like that. That's how those disappear. It's clever, isn't it? Let's take that back out again. Put that back down. And that back on top. These, of course, clip into place. And that's those ceiling windows that we saw in the forward cabin. There's a hatch that opens there as well. And that, of course, is designed to take a table. But these backrests go all the way around. So these ones are folded down at the minute, as I just showed you. These are in the erect position. And then delta anchor up here on the bow. Lovely. There we go. That's that. There's a few people on the Flybridge, but I think they're vacating. That's good timing, isn't it? All right, let's head on back. These little pin lights down here dotted around the place. So this is all illuminated. You can see them down here as well as we go around the deck. Excellent. Look at Maggie chilling there, looking out over the water. Okay, going to come all the way around. Yes, I think we've got a clear shot. Here we go. So that is the Flybridge. This is a really good size. Again, you've got to remember this is a sub 50-foot boat. Big dining area back here. You could put a couple of chairs here as well if you wanted to, and then this will fold up. So if you don't want a big table there, you don't have to have it. And just a massive seating. I'm intrigued by this. This is designed to fold over. So you can see it's hinged just here, and you can release these thumb screws. So getting under a low bridge or something, it just allows you to lose the height of that. It's intriguing. We've got the bimini on this one. But yeah, just a ton of space, isn't there? This drops down, so you can close this off if you want to. It's clipped up at the moment. And there's a bar up here again as well. If you want a barbecue, of course, that's where that would go. There's also here then a fridge, and underneath this one is your sink and a cool box. So you can drop some ice into there and that drains. There we go. Nice seating area here. Of course, this is very much an owner-operator size of boat, no crew cabin on here. And so, if you're driving the boat yourself, of course, you want to have all of your friends or your family around joining the ride. So that is a really nice area for that. You can see there's storage underneath all of these, all the way around. So again, putting canopies in, that sort of thing, you've got somewhere for everything to go. And then, helm position here, again, got the multifunction display. Looks like the space you could put two there if you wanted to. New Galeon steering wheel. I've seen one of those before. I've seen a steering wheel before, but not that particular design. And then throttle controls, the zip weight controls, bow and stern thruster. The Volvo Penta instrumentation is underneath that one, and that one's an autopilot. Fusion Hi-Fi here as well. And the view from up here, of course, is pretty good. Good evening, Cannes. So there we go. Let's head on back and I'll show you the engines. And then I think we'll be looking pretty good. What I didn't mention is that this whole area back here hinges up. It's not really big enough to call it a garage, but it's certainly big enough to get some toys in there. You might want to put your inflatable paddle boards in there, that kind of thing. So it's a useful space. But as ever, you know, it's all down to the size. If you want to have a garage, then you move up to the 500, you can have a proper garage, get a mini jet in there. So this one here then is engine access. There we go. And it's actually quite a generous space. Again, you've got to consider the size of the boat, but we've got space back down here, like this. Generator lives over in that corner, and then the engines are here. And this is a pair of Volvo Penta D8 600s. They're 600 horsepower each, and they're giving the boat about 30 knots flat out. Cruising therefore 22 to 24 knots, and you'll get about 200 to 250 mile range at that speed. Usual deal, drop it back to displacement speeds, you'll probably triple that range. There's the fuel tanks, either side. Fire system there. People sometimes say, we want to come down here and use that if it was on fire. Well, no, you wouldn't. It's automatic, and it has a manual override, which is that little fella there, so you can trigger that remotely if it was ever needed. One hopes it never would be. V-drives on these, so the drive comes out the front, goes back, and the shafts run back underneath, so it positions the engines well back. I don't know whether we can see the shafts. Oh, yes, we can. Look at that. There we are. There's the shaft running down there. So propeller on the end, rudder behind that, shaft, V-box, powered by the engine from here. Raw water strainers are here as well. Fuel filters on the fuel tanks up there. But yeah, as I say, you've got to remember it's a compact boat, but it's not bad, is it? Not bad at all. Superb. Okay, let's rise up out of here. And I think that is about the size of that. There we go. Let's pop that one back down. We'll lose anybody down there. Perfect. You can see that. Carousel. Oh, hello. That's one for the outtakes, isn't it? Let's try that the other way around, shall we? Don't worry, I'll edit that out later. Right, let's go back up here. Let's finish off on the bow. And there we are. Massive thanks to Argo Yachting for organising that tour. Massive thanks to you guys for watching it. Let me know what you think of that. We'll catch you on one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.